Abbas Hussain here from FightHype.com, and I'm here with well-known journalist, presenter, whatever else you do a lot of things, Gareth. But Gareth A. Davies. Gareth, we're here at the Dillian Whyte Oscar Rivas workouts. Want to ask you a few questions globally as well as this fight. So first, let's talk about this fight. Dillian Whyte, Oscar Rivas.
Yeah.
Can you tell the fans, what if they don't know much about Oscar Rivas, who Oscar Rivas is?
Well, he was a very, very talented amateur. Victories against Kubrat Pulev, just to mention a couple of names, Kubrat Pulev and Andy Ruiz Jr., if you don't know who he is, in the amateurs. Went to the Olympics for Colombia. That alone tells you just how talented he was as an amateur boxer. He's a short, in relative terms, he's a decent sized heavyweight, but in modern terms, with all these super heavyweights around, these guys who are 6'3", 4'5", he's not a big heavyweight, but he's very powerful punches, very good jab, likes to hook, very aggressive, come forward fighter. To be honest, the kind of fighter that really suits Dillian Whyte.
Okay.
And Dillian is the bigger, stronger man for me. And Rivas is really travelling to enemy territory here. Dillian Whyte's in his 8th fight at the O2 Arena. It's his home from home now. He loves that walk into ACDC. Gets him pumped. He's become a folkloric figure. So Oscar Rivas is an undefeated, very proficient, very accomplished professional fighter, been a pro for nearly 10 years, had a slow start to his career, but he definitely is in the top 7-8 in the world, and this is a massive opportunity for him.
We know this is going to be for a WBC interim, so mandatory position for Dillian Whyte, something that he's been waiting a long time for.
I'm just trying to turn my phone off.
No, that's fine. Don't worry, Gareth. It's all raw and uncut, as they say. So don't worry.
Yeah.
Dillian's been waiting over the 600-day figure that's been sort of branded about everywhere. What do you make of that whole situation with the WBC and Dillian Whyte?
Look, Dillian's very unlucky. I think boxing politics got in the way for him. Tyson Fury kind of upset the apple cart, really, didn't he? He came back on the scene. People saw obvious money there. The WBC, Deontay Wilder saw an opportunity. They thought they would beat Tyson Fury and knock him out. And Dillian probably would have got his fight by now. If that hadn't been a draw, Dillian they might not have rematched straight away, so Dillian probably would have got his opportunity by now. I still maintain that I think Dillian should have taken the fight with Anthony Joshua, but there's a lot of smoke screens in boxing. You're told that he was offered a certain amount of money to fight Anthony Joshua. Here from his camp that he wasn't offered that amount of money, that the big offers only came in after he said he wasn't going to take the fight. So a lot of politics, as Lennox Lewis used to call it. No, it's clearly not fair, but in a weird way, the PR of it has worked in Dillian's favour and made him a more popular character with the British public, who believe that he hasn't got what he deserves. Yeah, you get those people who are saying he should have taken the fight with Anthony Joshua. The guy had beaten him 2.5 years earlier, and the opportunity to earn a lot of money and 3 world title belts against a guy who'd already beaten him, already stopped him, not just beaten him. So he's just got to stay ready and stay patient. I think what Dillian's managed to do is get better, get fitter, all those Loughborough training camps, become more accomplished as a boxer, and find his way into the division. And he's very patient now. As he told me earlier, patience is a virtue, and that's what he's really learnt in his career. He will get his opportunity.
And there's a lot of sort of social media back and forth between Tyson Fury and himself. It makes great viewing for the boxing public, because it sort of builds that demand for that fight. Well, what do you make of the whole situation?
Well, it's a massive fight for Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. If Whyte wins on Saturday night against Oscar Rivas, if Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder next year, they could put the fight on between Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury at Wembley Stadium for 100,000 people, 90,000 people next, I think it's late summer, August, September, maybe even July, if Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight in February, March next year in America. That's a great fight for Wembley Stadium. It's a massive fight by then. They'll both have won probably 2 more fights by then. It's brilliant. WBC title. This is the interim title he's fighting for on Saturday night. So he's moving further into position by winning on Saturday night.
I want to talk to you about another heavyweight, Anthony Joshua. Obviously we know what happened with him when he went out to New York, but looking at that fight and then looking at the rematch that's going to happen in November, December time, how do you see that result playing out second time around? Do you see a difference? A lot of people I speak to say there was nothing to show us that Anthony Joshua could beat Andy Ruiz. What's your take?
Well, I think the fight will happen in either November or December.
Okay.
November in Cardiff, we're hearing late November in Cardiff, or Hawaii in December. Sorry, not Hawaii, in
New York.
New York, and I'm going to Hawaii in December. I was projecting it.
I was thinking
If you're in
that's
Hawaii in
breaking
December,
news.
come and see me. The drinks are on me. I'm definitely going to Hawaii for Christmas. But if, you know, late November, New York, December, Cardiff. What do I think about that fight? I think it's a tough fight for Anthony Joshua, but I do think he wins the rematch.
Okay.
I think Andy Ruiz is enjoying his status. I think Anthony Joshua is brave to take the rematch straight away. He could have rebuilt in a really considered way. And people blocking the view of the Tower of London behind us. Tourists everywhere. Look at them, German tourists. I'm just kidding. I know you're not. I know you. I'm kidding. But the thing is, Joshua wants to put the record straight. I spoke to Lawrence Coley about this earlier, and he said he would have done exactly the same. Wants to put the record straight. I think he should fight in Cardiff. I don't think he should go to New York.
Okay.
Bring Ruiz over here. Yes, Eddie Hearn's going to have to pay him more money. Have the fight over here. Be comfortable at home. He might never lose in the UK. There's nothing wrong with him taking the fight. Even if he loses it, it's just a style matchup that doesn't work for him. The career's not over. He knows it's not over. He can rebuild from here. An air of invincibility has gone, of course, and that will never change. It happened with Mike Tyson when he was beaten by Buster Douglas. And look at Buster Douglas in his next fight. 20-odd million, and didn't really turn up against Evander Holyfield, you know. So it's a difficult moment for Anthony Joshua, but we find out something new about him. We knew he was a work in progress, but it's going to be a massive occasion.
Saying that though, Gareth, you're saying he should come back to the UK, fight in Cardiff, but there'll be people then saying, you know what, he's not an away fighter. He can't go away and fight.
He may not be.
Okay.
But he also, I think he wasn't good going into that fight. I don't think he was prepared mentally. I don't think he was spiteful enough in the week. Look, we've just seen Daniel Dubois win the British title against Nathan Gorman at the O2 Arena just down the road here last Saturday. He was spiteful the whole time, poker face, gave nothing away, little smile afterwards. That's what Anthony Joshua should have been like against Andy Ruiz. Forget all the sportsmanship. You've got a bit of nastiness about you, and I think there was just a nuance. There was when you looked at things, especially in, you know, hindsight is a great thing. When you looked at it afterwards, letting Ruiz hold the belts at the press conference, the niceness between them, I'd like to see a bit more spitefulness from Anthony Joshua. You know, if he doesn't have that in him in that way, then no need to be like. But I just think that the whole procession for me, the whole parade, they didn't take Andy Ruiz as seriously as they might have done. They didn't believe he was going to do that. Obviously they didn't. I always thought he had 3 rounds in him. I went to visit him before they fought.
Yep.
And Ruiz looked very fast to me. Small, but very fast. And discount the body, that's irrelevant. He was fighting 13-year-olds, 7-year-olds because of his weight. He's always fought big guys. He's always been a big Billy Bunter type guy himself. So, you know, I just think that the mental, and they didn't leave the mental preparation out. He just wasn't mentally right for Andy Ruiz for that fight.